Girl, did I get that ticket, girls? Did I get the ticket? Okay. I'm gonna reveal at the end of the video. Did I get the ticket for BTS Jin's concert? Um, if you guys remember, maybe you don't remember, that I have tried to get ticket. I was gonna go to J-Hope's concert, but I could not go, just a logistic issues. It was 4 hours away in San Antonio. I live in the Dallas area, and then it was like during a weekday. I got kids, y'all. Girl, I got kids. I ain't having to do. But so if you've been under a rock, or you're not a BTS fan, which I don't know why you here, girl. I don't know why you here. But BTS Jin is going on tour, y'all. He's going on his first solo tour. It is Run Sak Jin EP tour. And he's coming out with a new album on May 16th called Echo, 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 Echo. So me and the Valentine, girl, that's my shower curtain, girl. You didn't know? Okay. Anyway, so I was like, of course, I'm going to try to get tickets. And then I really looked at the lineup, and it said American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. I was like, what? Girl, I was over here like Gail Linda over here. I was like, what? I was throwing the hair around, girl. I was like, Jen is coming to town, baby. Not Santa Claus, but Jen is coming to town. Not Santa Claus is coming to town. Jenny Claus is coming to town. So I've never been to a BTS concert. Y'all know that I'm baby army. Baby army. My little baby fist was balled up. I had my purple on. So I'm so excited to be able to go. I wanted to go to a BTS concert. So just in case, you guys don't know, here's the rundown of how Big Hit does their concert. So first, for number one, you have to sign up on Weverse. If you do not know what Weverse is an app and a website where there are a bunch of K-pop groups and non-K-pop groups, like Meg Thee Stallion is on there. There's a bunch of groups on, but mostly Korean acts, solos, bands that have a contract with Weverse, which is an app where they can connect with fans, they can release new music. BTS is on Weverse heavily. I think BTS is the first group on Weverse, and it's owned by Hive. I believe Weverse is owned by Hive, which is the subsidiary company that owns Big Hit, that is the label for BTS. So Weverse, I signed up for Weverse back in December. I had no idea what Weverse even is, but BTS members go on there and they communicate with their fans, they answer questions, they go live. J-Hope, like I said, during his tour, he's been going live on Weverse all the time. Like, he goes live all the time, y'all. And so you could just go on there and interact with him, and before the members went to the military, they would really be really active. And even in the military now, they'll go on there and post things or comment on each other's posts and stuff like that. So you sign up for Weverse. It's free to sign up. And they have like different tabs and stuff, like, they release, and then they release information about concerts. So if you have not on Weverse, please check it out. I'm Nomadic Kitty on Weverse. Go check that out. So I signed up for Weverse in December because that's where all the concert information is going to drop. And of course, when BTS gets out of the military, they most likely will be going on a concert tour. So how it works is that every group on there has their own like little room or whatever in their information. And then every group artist that's on there, they also have like their own membership. So in order to get all the good BTS goodies and exclusives and to pre-register to concerts, you have to be a member. A membership, I believe, costs $20 a year. I just paid for a membership right before J-Hope's concert was announced a couple of months ago. Because in order for you to pre-register, you have to have an ARMY membership. So you have to be an official member of ARMY. And that'll give you exclusive access to all types of pop-ups and fan meets and raffles and all that kind of stuff, right? So how it works with the tickets is that if you're a member, they'll send out an announcement, and and then the announcement will have the information, the tour dates and the times and where it's at. And then there's like the US Army members, and then there's like international Army members. There's Europe, because I think there's a European membership. So I saw Dallas, Texas. So you have to click on this link, and then you have to register. You have to put your BTS, whenever you become an Army member, they'll have like a number, a B, and then like some numbers, and each individual member has their own number. So you have to register. You have to put your name, You have to put your Army number, you have to put your email address, and then that'll allow you to register. Okay, and then they'll register you. And then once you register, like a day or so later, it'll tell you when you're able to actually purchase tickets and who the tickets are through. So this time the tickets most likely, along with J-Hope, is through Ticketmaster. So from there, you go to the ticket, they have a link where you can click on it, and it'll pull on Ticketmaster, it'll pull up Jin's information saying his tour, and then it'll have the dates and the times. And so you click on which date and time, and then once you click on that, it'll bring you to another screen saying tickets go on sale at this day, this time, yada, yada, yada. And then it gives you the information as to when you're able to start lining up virtually for those tickets. So the tickets went on sale. So after I registered and did all that, the tickets went on sale yesterday at 3 p.m. So I registered last week. The next day they gave me information about the link for Ticketmaster. And then you can go on Ticketmaster and they'll have a countdown. Now, I don't know. I'm not an expert at purchasing tickets, y'all. So don't at me. I'm not an expert. Normally when I go to concerts, my sister-in-law purchases the tickets, right? I don't normally purchase the tickets. So, but I purchased the tickets because I'm an Army member and she is not. And she's my concert buddy. But this time, I had to purchase it. And I was kind of familiar with the J-Hope. I pre-registered and I went through the whole thing. But then I realized I couldn't take off of work. And so I couldn't go to San Antonio. So anyway, once you click on the link, it'll give you the countdown of when they'll open the queue. From what I've been told, from what I've heard, is it's advantageous for you to line up early, to click on this website, even though the queue hasn't officially opened, but to line up early. So yesterday, the tickets started at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I clicked on the link the day before just to check the times, but I started like at, I think 1:45, that I just clicked on the Ticketmaster countdown link and I just sat there and I just kept, make sure the screen doesn't go dead. And I just stayed there. So when it comes time for the tickets, it'll it starts counting down. It's like, 1 hour, 2 hour, then minutes and seconds. And then once it gets down to 3 p.m., then the screen automatically refreshes and it'll take you to a waiting room. So you go to the waiting room and you sit in the waiting room for a little bit as the system loads. And then the waiting room is going to tell you what number you are in. Okay. Again, you have to click and refresh, ideally 30 minutes before. So like I said, I was there at 2 o'clock. There are some people that start getting on these websites like all day. And I don't know if that affects what line that you're in, but I started at 2 p.m. on the Ticketmaster website. So by the time 3 o'clock came, then I sat there and stared at my screen. And then it popped up and said I was number I thought it was 10,000, but I went back and looked and no, I was like number 8,000 and something. Now, when I did J-Hope, I was actually number 3,000 and something. So I don't know, maybe because it's Dallas has something to do with it. I don't know, maybe because it's J-Hope. I don't know. But I was number 8,000 and something. Because J-Hope, I didn't even line up really that early. I think I clicked on it at 2:50. But this time I clicked on it at 2 o'clock and I was 8,000 and something. So I waited. And then the number will start counting down. Like your number 8,000, I was 8,384, let's say. And so it'll go to your number now 8,002, 7,000. And it went probably from my place in line all the way down to my turn. It probably took about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And then finally it gets down to my it's like you're up next. And then it like the little hourglass will spin and it brought up that I was up next and boom, up next. And I was able to purchase tickets. So I was able to purchase tickets, good tickets on the floor. And the tickets were not that expensive, you guys. They were not that expensive. It was $169 per ticket. And so that's not very expensive to me. 169, so altogether it was like 218 plus all the fees and taxes and everything. It was about 218. So yes, the tickets were not expensive. So it was very affordable. I have been to other K-pop concerts and spent $500 on tickets. I'm going to Stray Kids. I'm going to many different concerts, and I think the most I've ever spent for a ticket is AT's last year. It was like $500 and something. The tickets were, like I said, $218, including fees. But again, that's because I registered as I'm a registered Army, because I paid for a membership. So I would say for anybody who's trying to secure any kind of K-pop tour, the best thing for you to do is to join that group's fan club. And most of these groups have fan clubs and stuff like that. So the best way to get an economical ticket is to join the fan clubs. It's to join whatever fan club will go, whatever pre-register. Because once these tickets, I promise you, I am on the floor in American Airlines Center. Once these tickets get out here to the general population, they may double, even triple. So a ticket that was $169, I promise you these tickets are going to be going for like $400 once people start to get a hold of it and all that other shit. So I would tell people that just the best thing to do is to pre-register. The best thing to do if you really love a band, you really want to see them, and you know they're coming ahead of time, and most of the time you'll know if they're coming ahead of time. You have plenty of time enough to buy their membership or join their club or whatever it is to get those discount tickets. And it's the best way to do it, especially if you're like, you know, on a budget and you don't want to spend, because I thought tickets were going to be like $500 a piece. So I was really shocked that the tickets were $218 altogether for one ticket. So I got two tickets for like $440 something USD. So I will be reporting and telling you guys about this concert. I will be filming. I will vlog my whole experience, and so you guys can see. And again, stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. I do have other concert tours and stuff. Again, my channel is new. My channel's only been around. It'll be a year in about 2 weeks. So we didn't go on many tours last year. I had a bad knee. My mother-in-law was sick last year, so we didn't go on to many concerts. I do have Epic High. We did go to AT's and Epic High last year, but this summer, there are 6 or 7 different events that we are going to that are K-pop related. So please stay tuned. Please subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate everybody listening. And don't be afraid. I was very nervous in buying tickets. I'm always so nervous because I'm like, I'm nervous when I'm not familiar with doing things. I get all a little anxiety and freaked out, but that's just me. So next time when BTS comes in their concert, I will try to click on the links a little bit earlier. I will try to log in a little bit earlier and see how that goes. So anyway, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good day. Did you secure tickets? Did you get tickets? Have you been to a BTS concert before? I want to know. Let me know, girl. I don't know how this experience. I got my army bomb ready. I'm ready. I'm excited. I got my purple my purple fingernail polish ready. I'm ready for this in July. I'm very excited. This is the most excited I think I've been for a concert. You know, you're always excited for your first when you get to see a member of a group or the group itself that you've never been to a concert for, and you're a fan and you're a recent fan. This is like a new chapter in the new era for me as Baby Army, because you know, I'm now getting into the merchandise, into the tickets and all that stuff. So this is a new era for me. So it's chapter 2 for me. Chapter 1 was discovery, and now chapter 2 is actual fandom. So I appreciate y'all. Bye.